The grandMA3 software has become the trusted lighting control system for thousands of users worldwide. The challenge to replace grandMA3 to cope with the future demands of the market was therefore a daunting proposition. You know, we started by listening to hundreds of users from all different lighting disciplines to fully understand what they liked about grandMA3, what frustrated them, and what's missing in the software. Our developers took that feedback and worked hand in hand with a task force of top lighting industry professionals to create a new system design which is capable of delivering on those needs and more. The resulting grandMA3 system is a more scalable, more robust, multi-user lighting control system which is feature-rich and easier to use. You want to know what's inside? Let's have a look at the grandMA3 software. Once the console or on-PC software has booted, you will notice there are predefined views all ready for use. Just go to Menu and Patch to add some fixtures and start your new show file. Or you go to Backup and load an existing show file. Let's do that now. The basic workflow is very familiar to all grandMA users. Just select some lights, activate the dimmer, and point them to a position. You can store into feature-specific presets or an all preset if you prefer. Press and hold will store the pool object as well. Lights are still selected, choose a preset and store them into a sequence. This creates a first cue in the next available sequence and assigns it to a playback, just as you would expect. When you select a sequence, it will be automatically assigned to the well-known 100mm faders. That means every command line interaction has this playback as its destination. You see, the familiar workflows are still there. But what are the new highlights then? Well, if we have a look at the old stage view, now called 3D view, you can see the performance improvements already. There is much better visualization with plenty of known features, but also some great add-ons. You can select the rendering quality in the headline or choose to show the fixture IDs, either at the body of each fixture or at the end of the beam. Also, a long press on the stage selector opens the edit options. Here you can choose all important settings. For more new highlights, let's have a look at the preset improvements. If you swipe down on a preset, you get direct access to the most important actions for the pool item. We call these swipies. You can assign, edit, store, label, delete, move, or copy the preset. In fact, many pool items now feature these swipey shortcuts. The label function now highlights another real benefit of Mode 3. Here you can not only rename the preset, but also assign an appearance or a scribble to customize it. The scribble object is also stored into a separate scribble pool to be reused at any time or modified afterwards. Another major improvement is that you can now store individual timings in presets. The stored timing runs once you call the preset, either into the programmer or as a reference playback call. This offers plenty of new possibilities when creating and preparing your show. By the way, the programmer has now a dedicated level in the overall priorities in the desk. That means you can have a smooth transition between the playback and the programmer, and additional functionality like fade from and to blind. Additionally, the programmer can now hold parts. This is an amazing step forward, because you can simply load a full cue into the programmer and edit the different parts, or you simply create a cue with all its parts in the programmer and store it afterwards. Editing is now also super easy. Updating presets and adding information like new attributes becomes a doddle. Just store merge or update a preset with new information and then recast the preset. You can even filter the recast for selected sequences if you wish to. Presets can now do even more. Presets are the new dynamics called phasers. Just add a second step, choose a value, and voila, we have an animated attribute with 2 steps. And you can add many more steps to create the most complex, timed, step-based phasers. Of course, Normal preset behavior works for phasers too, so you can simply recast a phaser once you added or removed attributes. Now let's have a look at the selection of fixtures. In the real world, your fixtures are not always placed symmetrically throughout the rig. That means previously you may have needed dummy fixtures to program synchronous effects. With the new selection grid view, you can arrange the fixtures according to reality, and once positioned, you can store this into a group. From there, MA3 can be used in X, Y and Z axis to create any kind of subselection. Even the fixture IDs in the 3D view can be used as a selection tool. This way you can select the fixtures pointing at a specific area. As you can see, there are a lot of workflow improvements and new features that we think you might definitely enjoy. But we didn't stop here. OSC, Open Sound Control, is implemented. We have DMX remote inputs with priorities. And we can copy and paste in the programmer as well as in the patch. This is a massive feature for automatic cloning. Timecode is another area that has some incredible new features implemented. Not only can you record your timecode show as you are used to, you can now create track groups that can be recycled within the same timecode show. Timecode tracks can be added and colored by appearances to highlight different sections of the show. And if you run on external timecode, you have 8 different timecode slots to choose from. You can monitor the incoming timecode in the clock view. You can even change the clock appearance to change color if you happen to lose your timecode signal or if the signal is stopped. There is also a fully featured web remote that works just like a virtual screen of the software. You can access all screens, the encoder bar or the playback sections. All pop-ups will be seen on the web remote as well. It's more than just a remote. It is a portable full access to the console. So what else? The DMX over Ethernet protocols like ArtNet or Streaming ACN have individual priorities. Furthermore, we can import GDTF files natively in the grandMA3. And we can import and export MVR files for an easy design exchange. You might have heard about that one already. There are plenty of more detailed features and functions that have improved without cluttering the already established workflows. Of course, the development of the grandMA3 software is ongoing and will continue long into the future. Despite the depth of features already included, there are still many more exciting ideas to implement. We really hope you like what you've seen today, but this was just the beginning. If you'd like to learn more about the grandMA3 software, just visit our e-learning center on our website, where you can find the full online grandMA3 basic training. Furthermore, your local MA distributor is able to offer you hands-on trainings as well. And if you're still not ready to take the plunge, then you have the fully featured Mode 2 in all grandMA3 hardware, apart from the on-PC versions. So, go to our website, download the full package of grandMA3 software, including the free on-PC version, and try it out yourself.